What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to continue reacting and learning about unique things about Canada. 50 things that are unique about Canada. If you missed part one, it came before this video, and check it out if you feel like it. We learned some wild stuff about racing around the waters of Canada in bathtubs and locking bears in prison. So, among other things. But, I tend to focus on the really important stuff, Anyway, we got like 25 out of the way. So we got 25 more fascinating, unique things about Canada to learn today. I'm quite excited for this. From what I can tell so far, this is great. These are unique. What can you say? They're unique. The title did not lie. I've never heard the vast majority of these facts. So this has been great. I thought I'd learned quite a bit about Canada, random stuff about Canada too. But this is next level. So with that being said, let's continue. Let's take a look.
In Quebec, they produce 77% of all the maple syrup in the world. And
Wait, in Quebec? I mean, I knew Canada was like off the wall in the maple syrup production. Like one of the primary producers on the planet. But I thought that was just Canada, like the sum of all Canada syrup. Not just Quebec.
all the maple syrup in the world.
Let me hear that again.
In Quebec, they produce 77% of all the maple syrup in the world.
Huh.
And Canadians do love this sweet pancake topping. On the other hand, who doesn't?
True.
By the way, rumor has it that somewhere in Canada, there's a strategic maple syrup reserve.
I mean, I'd be disappointed if there wasn't. I mean, come on. I hope it's just like this, too. Literal giant vats of maple syrup. I hope it's exactly like that. Maybe you could jump into it.
About 10% of Canadians are either vegetarians or vegans.
Really?
That means 2.3 million vegetarians and 850,000 vegans.
Really? Is that statistically, it just makes me wonder about the rest of the world. Are 10% of Americans vegetarians or vegans? There's no way. There's no way. I feel like that's very high. Okay, good for you, Canada. That's very healthy. Very nice.
Vegans. Most of these people are under 35.
Okay.
The national animal of Canada is the beaver. By the way, it's Canada's largest.
Dude, why this photo? Hey, I was having why this photo? Why? Oh my gosh. What is going on here? I was having a good time with this video. Having the time of my life. Okay, I'm just going to keep it on here for a sec. Yeah, I learned, I thought the national symbol of Canada, I guess animal. I would think the symbol is like the maple leaf, and the animal would be like a moose or something. But it's a beaver. A beaver.
It's Canada's largest and the world's second largest rodent.
Huh.
The capital city of Canada, Ottawa, is at the top of the list of the world's coldest capitals.
Okay.
Canada is home to the biggest number of polar bears in the world. See for yourself. Out of approximately 25,000 left on the planet, 15,000 live in the Arctic regions of the country.
Really? 15,000? Over 50% of all the polar bears live in Canada? But the very, very, very northern Arctic part where there's not a lot of people living, right?
Canada straddles not one or two, but 6 time zones. They are Newfoundland time zone, Atlantic time zone, Eastern time, Central time zone, Mountain time zone, and the Pacific time zone.
I mean, this is a bit overwhelming, but America has a lot of time zones as well. Does America have 6 time zones? I don't know about that. How many time zones are there in the U.S.? How many? How many? 5? 4 and 5 additional... Oh, I think maybe 6. Yeah, there's one for Hawaii as well. It looks like there's 5 or 6. Okay, similar to Canada.
Hey, time out. The lowest ever recorded temperature in Canada was minus 81.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Where?
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. This must have been like in the coldest north. What is this pop-up? Adobe. Adobe alert. No. Get out of here, Adobe. We're talking about the coldest day in Canada. Negative 63? That's too cold to think about. It's too cold to think about. So let's continue.
Was minus 81.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
No.
Tap water in Canada is as good as bottled water. What's more, some people are sure that it even tastes better.
What? Tap water in America is widely considered bad. It varies where you live. Sometimes the water can even be a funny color. But that just makes it taste a little interesting. Gives it a little flavor, little zest. So you can still take a sip if you want to live on the wild side. But tap water in America in general, as long as I was raised, I've always had the idea, and everyone's expressed like, oh, don't drink straight from the tap water. Run it through a filter, attach a filter to your faucet, or filter it through one of those jug things that you can get. And so this is actually, for as small a thing as this is, and quick, number 33 here, this is actually unique for me, looking at it as an American.
Tap water in Canada is as good as bottled water.
Wow.
What's more, some people are sure that it even tastes better.
That's actually really cool. That's actually really cool.
While driving in Northwest Canada, be prepared to see license plates shaped like a polar bear.
Okay, I'm glad this made the list. This is what I love about this video, is it has things that are very serious, and the water is very healthy, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And then the very next one will be, hey, we got license plates shaped like polar bears. Watch out.
By the way, there are so many bears in Canada that in some areas, drivers leave their cars unlocked. Why, you ask?
What?
It's done to make sure that people have a chance to escape from the bears by hiding inside a car.
What? What? I almost thought it was because so when the bear attacks your car, if you're not there, it'll look inside and see that there's nothing there and go away. Was that that was my rationale? That was really a stretch. That was the first thing that came to my mind. No. It's seemingly more practical than that. It's so that you can escape into anyone's car. See, Americans would never be so selfless. They would be like, no, I'm not letting some stranger into my car. You can get eaten by a bear. No.
People have a chance to escape from the bears by hiding inside a car.
Okay.
The largest mall in the U.S. is the Mall of America.
All right.
But did you know that its owners are Canadian?
Really?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That
is surprising, but if it's just a company, in a way, a corporation that owns the mall, there's a lot of Canadians that are owners and part owners of lots of companies that exist in America, so this isn't as crazy as you might think, I guess.
If you're a fan of narwhals, go to Canada. There you can buy a coin with this unicorn whale. On the other hand, be ready to part with $300 since the coin is made of gold.
What? Wait. Does anyone have to... This is like a huge flex if you own this, the narwhal coin. $300. Who buys this coin? But whoever you are, respect. Respect if you own the $300 gold narwhal Canadian coin.
Be ready to part with $300 since the coin is made of gold.
Okay.
Or, if you want to play big, you can buy a Canadian $1 million coin.
Really?
No kidding.
Wait,
this
really?
largest coin on the market is made up of 220 pounds of 99% pure gold. But hurry up, there are only 5 such coins in the world, and only one is for sale.
What? Is it like legal tender? You could exchange it if you get the $1 million coin. Talk about a flex. I thought the gold narwhal coin was like you're gonna be the coolest guy in town when you have that. No, no, no. $1 million coin. It's as big as a pizza, and you have to carry it around with you for sure, so everyone knows. Can you? Is the Canadian government ready to actually exchange that back for money at any time, or what if the price of gold goes up and it's worth more than the legal tender? Or, I'm thinking way too deeply about the coin now. The narwhal coin and this coin have me thrown for a loop. Okay.
There are only 5 such coins in the world, and only one is for sale.
Okay.
Ever heard the word loonie?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in Canada, this is in fact a form of currency. Loonie and toonie as well.
Oh, okay. Now, are they running out of things? We're on number 39, and everything up till now has been very unique and very funny and or special or interesting. And then they give like the most generic Canadian fact ever. No, I already know this.
The loonie is a $1 gold-colored coin, and the toonie is, as you might guess, a $2 one.
Yes.
Canadians love.
I do like the art on it, though. Much more interesting than American currency. It's a bear. Yeah, that's actually nice.
Their famous interjection, eh? What's more, it's listed in the Canadian Oxford Dictionary as a real valid word.
Really? This all A is in the dictionary. You know, I think that it's justified. I like that. It's used that much where, I mean, and you can use it, it has a grammatical purpose to sort of change sentences into questions and emphasize. So A is really a magical phenomenon of Canadian grammar. So I think it really actually belongs in a dictionary. So I like this.
The first British Columbians used fish instead of candles. Ulichin, also known as candlefish, is so fatty that when you dry it and string on a wick, it'll
Really?
burn brightly.
Really? This is the stuff I come for. For the top 50 unique things in Canada, lighting fish on or turning fish into candles. That's what I'm here for. Okay.
In Canadian McDonald's, you can buy the McLobster, sold exclusively in this region.
Americans, see, in America, we just wouldn't trust this. Because fast food in America is famously widely accepted to be kind of bad. Kind of low quality. I don't think I'm getting too out of line by saying that. So, although it tastes really unique and good in a lot of ways, it's very unhealthy. So, if there was a lobster fast food, lobster McDonald's in America, I don't think anyone would trust it to be sanitary or fresh, or it'd be like the worst lobster meat imaginable. I just don't think anyone would go for it because everyone would be kind of scared.
Now, if your biggest fear is snakes, never ever visit the Narcissi snake dens in Manitoba. There are more snakes in that place than in any other part of the world.
Even if your fear is not snakes, I'm not visiting the snake den of Manitoba. Like, I'm okay with snakes. We have a decent relationship. But yeah, that doesn't make me want to visit the deadly snake dens.
Thousands of red-sided garter snakes are concentrated in that relatively small area.
What? Okay.
In Saskatchewan, you don't wear a hoodie, you put on a bunny hug.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about this. This is actually one of the first things I learned about Canada on YouTube, about the bunny hug. Still not over it. Still haven't fully accepted it. Don't get me wrong. I like it. It's so darn absurd, and that I'm still processing it. But I'm not surprised to see it on this list. It is very, very unique.
Every spring, the coast of Newfoundland and Labrador witnesses a stunning iceberg parade. When massive chunks of ice break off glaciers and make their way through Iceberg Valley.
Really?
Entrepreneurs harvest these mini icebergs to use them in the production of alcoholic drinks and skincare products.
What? What? Iceberg parade. You watch the icebergs parade by, and then you, at the same time, you get to watch a bunch of ice harvesters go crazy and run all over the icebergs trying to harvest it for alcohol and beauty products. This is unique. I don't know what quite to think of this, but it is unique for sure.
Wood Buffalo National Park, created in 1922 to protect the largest herd of roaming wood bison in the world, is larger than Switzerland.
Wow.
One of the most popular
Wow. Largest roaming herd of buffalo. So they're like protected in this place called Wood Buffalo. That's kind of nice. That's cool.
dishes is larger than Switzerland.
And it's huge. Also, bigger than Switzerland.
One of the most popular dishes in Canada is poutine.
Yes.
Crispy fries covered with cheese curds and rich gravy.
Oh, this one is just about the existence of poutine. I if you watched any of my other videos, the poutine comes up a lot, kind of like Tim Hortons, and I accept this as part of the unique things about Canada, even though it's one of the things that I now associate really closely with Canada and that I know about. It is a fascinating dish. It is unique to Canada. It really doesn't exist in America. And I don't know why, because it seems genius, and it seems like Americans would love it. So simple, too. What it's made of, the gravy and cheese curds and French fries. Yeah, I think it's wonderful. I don't know why it's just a Canadian thing. It needs to expand. Yeah.
Hey, what's not to like?
Yeah.
Canadians eat more macaroni and cheese than any other nation in the world.
Really?
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No. More than America? More mac and cheese?
By the way, the Canadians have been crazy about this dish ever since 1845.
What?
Canadians are some of the
I'm genuinely surprised at that. And I would think Americans ate the most mac and cheese. Canadians, sheesh. Okay, I mean, that's just impressive.
Canadians are some of the friendliest people in the world. You
Yes.
probably can't find a rude Canadian, even if you try really hard. Lots of
Okay.
Canadians speak French as their first language. And Montreal is the second largest French-speaking city in the world, after
Yeah.
Paris, of course.
Yeah. Oh, so that was number 50. You know what? That's a good one. This is actually something a lot of Americans do, for once, know about Canada. French Canadians, French speaking, that's going on in Canada. We don't know much about the details of it all, but we are at least aware of it, which is nice. And this is a good number 50, because it is very, very unique thing about Canada. Very unique. That there's this huge French-speaking population, culture, existing in Canada. That is very unique. It's very cool in a way.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
Say, have you heard any other curious facts about Canada? Let me know down in the comments. If you
Okay. That was good. This is a good video. This was by Brightside, this video. And I gotta give that a like. That was great. The vast majority of these 50 unique things about Canada, I had not known. Which is very nice from my point of view. Because I have learned a lot of things about Canada. And yet, this just proves to me that there's so much more to learn. So much, sometimes really fascinating, kind of wild stuff to learn. But that's the kind of stuff that I like. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada, Canadian culture, stuff about Canada that I've never seen before or learned before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.